We're talking about an issue during a surgery in this edition of The Law and You. Once again with us tonight, attorneys Molly Clark, who's here for Greg, and Ed Ciarimboli. Good to see you tonight.
So this question is, I mean, it's right in our wheelhouse. So we're super excited about this.
All right, let's get to this and see if we could hash this one out for John in New Angola. John says, I recently went in for an elective procedure and came out without being able to smell or taste. The doctor told me after it was a risk. Is there anything that I can do? So I guess the question I have is the doctor says, look, this could happen. It did happen. Does that take the doctor off the hook?
Well, the problem is the doctor didn't tell him until after the procedure. So that's the problem. So
because he didn't say it up front,
correct.
Put the doctor on the hook.
Correct. So Molly and I actually tried a case exactly like this 2 years ago? 2 years ago here in Luzerne County. We got a $1.5 million verdict for somebody who lost their sense of taste because he went in for an elective procedure and the doctor did not tell him that a loss of his sense of taste was a potential complication. He would have never gone through the procedure, didn't need to, it wasn't an emergency procedure. So these are good cases, these informed consent cases, and actually the law just recently changed on this as well. I want Molly to tell you a little bit more about it, requiring some more specifics on informed consent. But at the end of the day, it's the patient's right to know completely about about what the surgery is about. But yeah, this is one we know a lot about.
When obtaining informed consent, the doctor actually has to tell you about the risks, the alternatives, the benefits to the procedure, so that as a patient you go in knowing whether or not you really want to go through with the procedure. And this has to come from, importantly, this has to come from the doctor. It can't come from the nurse or somebody else who works in the office. It has to come from the doctor. And it has to be documented as well. So you would be able to find it right in your medical records. And in between the consent and the medical records, the actual written consent, and then what they tell you, we'd be able to help you out and let you know if you had an informed consent case. Yeah.
Well, no one better to call than these two, and of course the rest of the team at Fellerman and Ciarimboli. If you have an issue like this, results matter with attorneys Molly Clark and Ed Ciarimboli. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Dave.
PAHomepage.com and the Law and You hotline are always there for you.